Nothing speaks to the truth of the deeply rooted interconnectedness of the Pan-African diaspora than rhythm. One need not be an ethnomusicologist to witness the thread woven through the music of the diaspora, across time and across place. One only need have ears and an open mind. More so than any other musician working today, or at any point over the last 2 decades, Wyclef Jean has embraced, explored, and expanded this connective thread that binds together all Pan-African music. A natural-born talent, there was no genre Wyclef couldn't produce, no melody he couldn't write, and no beat he couldn't ride. Whether as part of the Fugees or as a solo artist, Wyclef sang with the Colombian singers, rapped with the Jersey rappers, rocked with the Cuban rockers, danced with the Brazilian dancers, drummed with the Nigerian drummers, and did it all with verve and skill. Wyclef has never taken the easy or boring path at any point in his career, choosing instead to collaborate with everyone from the biggest of pop stars to the most unknown but talented underground artists, and choosing to take the kind of musical risks that most often leads to true innovations, but which most other musicians fear to take. All in all, Wyclef followed the tree of his Haitian heritage down to its African roots and up to its Pan-African branches. Every album was an overflowing calabash of ideas, stories, rhythms, and melodies that could be traced to every corner of the Pan-African world. Wyclef has been and continues to be a living embodiment of the rhythmic thread that connects all parts of the Pan-African diaspora to one another and to the center. He remains a musical genius whose impact and legacy will forever influence Pan-Africa for generations to come.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is our honor to present the 2016 Johnny Walker Pioneer Award for Impact in Music to, this sheet says legendary, I'm going to say amazing, Wyclef Jean.
Diageo would also like to present Wyclef with an engraved bottle of Johnny Walker Blue, our highest mark.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my folks. Sak passe na boule. Now I'm known to say what's right, not popular. And, that always gets me in trouble. But, I'm watching this video, and it brings back a lot of memories. The first memory is I was born in a small village. And I was like 5, 6 years old. I ain't never seen no white person in my entire life. One day I'm in this village, a car pulls up, right? I don't know what a car is, so at the time it looks like a UFO to me, right? Car pulls up, and excuse me, so when I say like white man, it's like the Indian, so that's what we call him. It's like Le Blanc. So that's just the way we talk, right? So my white brothers understand what I'm saying here. So this white brother gets out of the car, and I look at my grandmother, and he goes in the back of his car, and he gets like 5 boxes of rice. You feel me? So I guess he's a missionary, you dig? So he comes and he brings all this rice. We ain't eat, man, for a while. So we hungry. You feel me? So I look at my grandma, and in Creole, right, I said, Grandma, qui est-ce qui ça? Qui moun ça? Translation, your grandma, who is this? And my grandma looks at me and she said, That's Jesus Christ. Yo, I ain't cracking no jokes. I ain't Eddie Murphy, man. I was trying to be president of Haiti. Listen. So listen. So Jesus brings us this rice. And I thank Jesus. Now keep in mind, so we sick, so the reality still don't set in, right? So now, my parents who left me when I was 1 year old came to America at the time with policy in these United States of America. If you had a child in the States, automatically, right, through policy, through law, you would become a citizen. You file the right papers, and you was able to go to countries like Haiti, get your kids, and bring them back to these United States of America. Of course, Donald Trump wouldn't like that. But, so they come to get me now, and I'm like 10 years old, right? And I see an airplane for the first time in my life. Because you know the village, we don't got like water, you gotta go for water, no electricity. And I see this plane, and my parents come out of this plane. Now, could you imagine that? Now, me and my little brother, we getting in this plane, and the plane literally looks like a UFO for real. You feel me? Now we sit down on the plane for the first time. I see all these white people coming to me and my brother. And they're like, sir, would you like something to eat? Would you like something to drink? We ain't never seen nothing like that in our lives. White people serving us? So my little brother looks at me and he says, Clef, who these people? I said, these are Jesus Christ's cousins. Facts, I ain't no comedian. I'm just telling y'all the truth. So I want to accept this award in behalf of all of my African people and all my people of the world. And Africa is very important to the entire world. And it's important that we acknowledge Africa and understand Africa. So my leader is Toussaint Louverture, the general. So there's no way that the Haitians could be connected to Toussaint without being connected to Africa. First Black Republic in 1804. Can you imagine that? Right? And even though they don't want to give us credit, we did help the United States with the Louisiana Purchase, man. Like, this is facts. Like, we don't talk about this. Haitian discovered Chicago. Nobody want to talk about that. And what do we mean by Haitian discovered Chicago? We mean an African discovered Chicago. So at the end of the day, I want to leave y'all with these words. I haven't even started yet what I plan to do, just so you know. I really thank y'all for the Fugees and all of the beautiful songs. But when I decided that I would leave it all behind, I had my John Lennon moment, because my group was the Fugees. That was like the hip hop Beatles. And like John Lennon, I was like, man, I gotta go help the world. When I decided to go to Haiti, this was after I wrote Hips Don't Lie. Now, I ain't a rapper that be bragging like Jay-Z, but let me brag for a second. Hips Don't Lie is the biggest song airplayed in history with Elvis and Michael Jackson. So it wasn't like I was on my way down and I was like, oh, let me go do some charity work. No, I was in the height and said, look, I don't want my legacy to be as of such someone who made people sing, dance, and that was the end of that. So I really thank y'all today because y'all have a lot of courage to bring me here. Because the stories in the media are always tainted, but Africa have always seen it with a third eye. Can't nobody trick Africa. It's totally impossible. Like, so when they try to give me a modern day lynching, because I decided that I would not be a foundation. I said I'm gonna be an NGO, a non-governmental organization. Because I can't have Jesus bringing me the rice. I need Jesus to bring me the fertilizer. I need the seed. I need the machinery. Microloan is cool, but it cripples people. Give me the agribank. Give me that model on how they built Israel. Israel was a desert. Give me that. So I know a lot of African kids, and they knew I was coming here. And they just told me to tell y'all, they will no longer stand for a few things. One is the idea of constantly going to a place, which is one of the most richest countries in the entire planet, and just pulling things out. Pulling the richness of the country out. And then in return, giving them facades, fake NGOs. They said they're not going for that no more, just to be clear with you. These are the kids. I'm just telling you what they told me to tell you. And they said that if you really love Africa, invest in the youth of Africa. You see? That's different. That's different than charity. Like actually invest. You see? Google is Google because Google find the kids with the talent, they invest, right? J. Edgar Hoover, even the CIA understood he needed the best brains to do what he did. They invest in the kids. Do you know what these United States of America do in intelligence when they run into a small hacker that's like 13 or 14 that's hacking? They take him and they make him part of the government. Do you know what we do if we catch a kid that's like 13, 14, 15 still in the car? We put him away. You know what I do? Put him in trade school. You have one of the best mechanics. I just need y'all to think different. As we enter this new millennium, of course, we're going to have more music. But I really want to thank y'all because y'all are a prime example of toughness. And like we said, Black Lives Matter.